practice ACT math question from December 2020. It was question number 3, and it says the number 312.8 is 34% of x. What is the value of x rounded to the nearest whole number? So we've got a couple of terms in here we're going to review in a minute, but I'm going to quickly answer this question. It says 312.8 is 34% of x, and we want to know what x is. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.34. When I plug that into my calculator, I'm going to get that x is equal to 920. We're looking for rounded to the nearest whole number, and that is going to be answer choice D, 920. So now let's review a couple of things in this question. First of all, what I needed to be able to do to find this value to solve for x is I've got to take this first sentence, take these words, and turn them into an expression. And there's a couple of things we want to remind ourselves of. We can do this by using some key words that go along with mathematical symbols. And so when I read this, the number 312, I can immediately write down 312.8 is, when I see is, I think equal, is 34%. Okay, here's another quick review with percents. When we have a percent, 34%, to use it in a calculation, we need to change it to a decimal. And we have an understood decimal at the end of this 4. We're going to move to the left 2 spots, and we're going to make that 0.34. So make sure you know how to go from your percent to decimals. So we're at is 34% of. When I see of, I think multiplication. Make sure you think multiplication. So I can say 0.34 times x. And that set up my initial expression that I needed to be able to solve for x. Now the other thing we looked at here in this question is saying what's the value of x rounded to the nearest whole number. So if we were looking at, for the nearest whole number, we're looking at this position in the ones place. So we really didn't even have to deal with rounding. But let's just say, for example, our answer had come out to be 920.4. We want to round to that position. We look just to the right of the decimal point, and that's a 4. If it's less than 5, we're going to stay at the number that it's given. If it had been 920.5, we would have rounded up to 921. So here's a couple of topics you can review from this question. Look for practice questions on percent and rounding. This is your math question of the day. We have lots more videos to help you prepare for the math section of the ACT. Subscribe so you'll get our next practice. Until then, practice a bit more on your own, and when you take the test, you'll be glad that you did.